So, hi, this is
Hi.
Pastor Stephen from Reformation Lutheran Church. Nice to meet you, Caitlin.
Nice to meet you too, Stephen.
All right, I'm going to share my screen. Hopefully, that's what it records. If not, that would be really stupid if it didn't. And let's just be in communication. What do you actually see? Okay, you see this.
Your Facebooky thing. Oh yeah, your Meta Business Suite.
Okay, so we had our message on Sunday, and I'm going to show you what I do. Now, you can just take your whole video from Facebook and just put it into sermon shots. And depending on what level you do, that might be just fine for you. For me, it just depends because you're allowed 10 hours of upload a month based on the one that we have. So I only put the sermons in, and I do that because I upload the sermons to YouTube. We do not upload whole services to YouTube. So
Mm,
I have to do that step anyway.
hmm.
But this first one, The Sun is Still Shining, I did, is the whole service. And it still just finds the sermon in there. Um,
So it finds sermon and clips it out.
yeah. Okay. What in the world? Okay, hold on for a second.
Hmm.
Oh, I did that. Also, I don't remember what email this is. Oh, Pastor at Reformation. Too many email addresses. Okay. So this is what I do, my process. I go to Facebook and I go to the church's Facebook page specific, and you want to go to the live video showing. Now, you can set up sermon shots so that when you upload a video, see it tells you how much upload credits you still have left here.
Oh yeah.
You can upload straight from a live stream through sermon shots from YouTube or from Facebook. You could do that too if you set it up. Same thing from a Google Drive. But like
Mhm.
I said, because I trim for the sermons anyway, this is what I do. And you can see our services go an hour and a half long.
Hmm.
If anyone complains that your church for an hour, just say, well, those folks up north go do.
It drives me nuts.
So so you have to click on the actual service. And then the ellipsis in the top right corner will let you download the whole video. Now, I have not tried the create a reel from this thing because
Hmm.
I feel like that would be a lot of work. But so I downloaded the video from Facebook. This is from this past Sunday. Just an FYI, if you all are using Facebook, every video will delete in 30 days because they're no longer holding things on for life.
On
So
Facebook?
yes. So you may want to go in and start saving some of your old videos that you want because I don't know if they're going to delete the old ones, but I know every new video does not have the opportunity to put save forever. It's just saves for 30 days now. That has been just implemented. Okay, so I go
Good to know.
download the video right there. I have a video software that I use. It's free. It's called VSDC Video Editor. Project. Okay. Import content. This might not need any. This does not mean anything to you. Whatever software you want to use, you can use for this portion. But this is gonna be. Oh,
What are you doing right now?
I am uploading the previously downloaded Facebook service to our,
Sermon?
our software.
Oh, okay.
You may not need to do this. You may decide to just put straight from Facebook onto there. But like I said, because I just want the sermons on YouTube, because no one's really going to go to YouTube to watch the whole service again.
Mm-hmm.
Most people will watch the sermon potentially if they were going to do something again. And
Mm-hmm.
that's that. So I'm just gonna. So what I do is I go to, and it breaks it down to different portions. The one that I have, I can let you know about this one. But
I can just see your Facebook still. Is that what you have up?
okay, that's weird. I hate that it does that. Okay, thank you for saying that. Mhm. There's a way. Okay, do you still just see Facebook?
Well, I see something that's like grayed out, like a D&D map, but you don't want me to see it.
Oh my God. Forgot how I used to do this for that. Yeah, and I'm screen sharing, but share a different video. This is so
I feel like screen sharing is like somehow one of the most complicated things.
yeah, it should just show you what my screen actually is, and not just click on for one
Yeah.
screen. Break this thing, I just know it. Okay, how do I stop sharing? Stop share. Think I okay, what do you let me know what you see now. You see the
Okay, now I almost see everything. I still see Facebook, but now you moved it and I see
this?
some sort of like editing thing. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. I think I chose to show just an app of in the thing, so now you can actually just see whatever my screen is. Okay,
Okay.
I'm in the software now. I've uploaded the video to the software that I use, and I'm doing surgery to the
Mm-hmm.
service. Oops, that's not what I want. So now I've cut that. And then so now all I have is the sermon on here with the what's that called? The gospel reading.
Mm.
My changes. Yes, I want to change the duration of this. And now what I do is then I have to export this. Convert it. Okay. So now it's gonna,
I hope you pull an Elon Musk.
now this part I always have trouble with, and it's very annoying. Uh, Making sure I export it correctly to the place that I need it.
Oh, yeah.
Because as doing it as an MP4, MP4s are video and audio, so that I don't have to do it twice when I upload it to Spotify. Oh, what in the world is that?
How did you do Spotify? Did you have to pay
Oh,
for
I'll
that?
bet you that. No, that's free.
Okay.
Oh, I should have said show and folder. I always do that wrong. Now, can you see? Are you seeing my
Hmm.
desktop screen? Okay, so you're following with me.
Yeah.
Okay. This is the part you're gonna have to edit out. This is in users, pastor, videos. This PC, Windows, users, pastor, videos. Oh, see, this is where I needed to go here. Boom, boom, perfect. Oh, praise God. Okay, so my sermon was the topic was the power of human frailty. So that is now downloaded. It's just the sermon and the
Gospel.
gospel reading. Okay, so that is on my desktop, and I keep everything in folders, but I'm not going to put them there for now for the purposes of this. So then you go to, like I said, in Sermon Shots, you can just upload directly from Facebook and to your Facebook link that has the video on it and things like that. If you do YouTube or Vimeo, same thing. Or if you live stream through a software, like with a laptop, you can give the stream key and streaming server and all the stuff, and it'll pull straight from that too. I don't know how to do any of that. That's not how I
Hmm.
do it. And so from this device, this will be the name of the sermon or the topic. So the power of human frailty. It's just by you're naming the project now there. And
Okay.
you will, because you can still go through your past projects and do videos from previous sermons. Like they're there for all time. So desktop trusts in the power of human frailty to lead to humility. That was pretty much. And if your audio and video are not synced up well, this will actually resync it for you too.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and you can choose the language that stuff is in. So then just hit the upload button, and it'll just take like a minute or something. But they could also do, I haven't done it, but transcripts into different languages. But you want to like make sure the transcripts are correct because if you
Hmm.
don't speak clearly, it won't get what you're saying because it is AI. And sometimes I have to go in and correct things, which is really easy. And if you do go with sermon shots, there is a tutorial that they'll do with you.
Hmm.
Can this thing go away, please? Thank you. So while that's happening, I will show you the Spotify stuff once this is done.
Hmm.
Okay, so here we are. We're in the power of human frailty, and so it's done everything so far. So even right now, like for audio, you can download. It's loading it right now. I shouldn't have done that. It'll take a while, but you can
Oh,
just download the audio file of this, right?
which you use then for the podcast.
Yes, but because I just download things into the MP4. I don't need this part, but if you just take it straight from Facebook, this is helpful for churches who do that.
Hmm.
and you have a whole blog post already based on it. So I'll read. Well, we can read this just so like you get a feel for it. But do know that Sermon Shots is a conservative AI, if you understand what I mean. So
Yep.
if your folks don't like Father and things like that and calling God a him, then you'll have to go in and change those things. But if you don't, that doesn't matter to you, then you're fine.
So how do you change it? Like, do you just go in right now to change or?
So this, if you want to change this, you download it
Okay.
and it gives you the text, and then you can just um take all this and copy and paste. This is what I do. I don't actually take it from here. I go straight from here and just copy and paste it because this is
Hmm.
just blog posts. Like you can this their blog posts are okay. There are other softwares you can get that just cost more money to add on top
Hmm.
of this. You can get like really good blog posts because it's AI that you're feeding what you want them to give you. But that's
Hmm.
also fine. Like Claude is one of the AIs that you could use. So once it's this one that I use, no, I use just keep text only. So I use keep text only, then I go in and just fix it up, doctor it, whatever way I want. So for example, it uses um what you talk about to create the title. So finding strength in our humanity is not the topic, but that is a underlying theme of my sermon. And so when we recognize our humanity and frailty, it can lead us to humility and a deeper dependence on God, which is the point of my sermon, even without me saying it explicitly. The truth
Mm.
becomes particularly evident when examining Jesus' response to temptation compared to Adam and Eve's choices in the Garden of Eden. And that is what I do in I don't know if you heard the message, but
Not yet.
you can listen to the sermon and then like look through here and say, I don't know what translation they used for this thing. That's definitely not NRSV. But so what does Jesus' humanity teach us about dependence on God? So part of my overall theme for Lent is studying the humanity of Jesus, where we normally focus on the divinity of him. We don't do a lot with his humanity, and so that's the point of my Lenten series.
Hmm.
So Jesus, while divine, chose to fully embrace his humanity and demonstrate complete dependence on God. And I used John 5:19 and another quote to show that where Jesus talks about, I only do the will of the Father, and I can only do what I see the Father doing. That's Jesus's quotes. And paired that with Philippians 2, the Christ hymn in there that talks about Jesus while being divine did not like grab on and hold on to it, but emptied himself, becoming a slave, even a human, and to the point of death on the cross. So, and then I did have the comparison between, Jesus is tempted in the wilderness after fasting, after temptation, and he's tempted through that, through the 40 days, culminating in the 40th day, and how in the Garden of Eden, Adam and Eve are tempted in the midst of abundance, and they've had access to everything.
Mm.
But they wanted to rise above their humanity. Whereas Jesus, despite being offered power, sustenance, and safety, remained obedient to God through complete dependence and submission. So that's like, this is so cool because this is actually helping me set up what I have to do. So sin can be understood as attempting to rise above our humanity and shared existence. That's how I defined sin through the lens of the conversation we were having. And then you have the questions that come with it. How can we embrace our humanity? And then teaching moments. When we recognize our humanity, we should turn to God for strength. Remember that God's power is made perfect in our weakness. And I said pretty much these things
Hmm.
in the sermon part. What are practical ways we can show dependence on God? And then just goes through those things. Tithing. I talked about tithing, volunteering, communion, worship. Like these are all things I talked about in my message. So it's working to use the sermon as literally like taking it into the rest of the week. Like, and thinking about what has been said. I talked about how the point was when in the Deuteronomy text, they're called to sacrifice and do all these things. And when you sacrifice to something or someone or being, as we would say, God is some being, you are identifying that being as someone or something that is greater than yourself. You don't sacrifice to something that is beneath you.
Hmm.
And so those are all the things. Then at the end, you get the life application. This week, challenge yourself to embrace your humanity rather than trying to rise above it. Instead of reaching for the metaphorical apple like Adam and Eve, reach up to God like a child asking to be lifted by a parent. And that's straight from my sermon, too. Ask yourself, what areas of my life? How can I demonstrate this? Am I viewing my human limitations as weaknesses to overcome or opportunities to depend on God? So yeah. So that's the whole like blog post.
Now, where do you post this? Or what do you do with this?
My blog post on our church website. So on our church website, I'll show you. We have a section. It's a work in progress called Sermon in the Week. It should be Sermon into the Week. And I put I don't put the blog post here. That's wrong. We have a blog post on our site called Sowing Seeds, and I upload them every week.
Okay, cool.
And depending on your website, you may have a thing specifically for blogs on the website. We have GoDaddy, and it just has a spot for blogs. So I upload
Mhm.
straight to the blog site, and then it posts on here. And then you
Okay.
can even the way ours works is these are all the kind of like hashtags used. So if you want something on social justice, it'll whatever has a link with social justice in it, you can find the blog for that blog
Oh,
post because my predecessor used blogs. Um, so that's the blog post. That's just going over that really quickly. Then there's the 5-day devotionals that have just like a short devotional, kind of like our daily bread.
mm-hmm.
Devotional. See the other Bible verse I used right here. Um,
Oh, yeah.
so day one, for example, embracing our humanity. Have you ever caught yourself trying to be superhuman? We often feel pressure to be perfect, self-sufficient, and in control of everything. Yet this desire to transcend our human limitations can actually lead us away from God's purpose for our lives. Just as Adam and Eve fell into sin by trying to become like God, we too can fall into the trap of seeking independence rather than dependence on our Creator. The beauty of our faith lies not in becoming superhuman, but in embracing our humanity and reaching up to God like children, trusting in His strength rather than our own. Then it has the Bible verse, and then and you can change this.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing, download or just copy straight from here and change whatever you want, but at least gives you a starting point. Like I read, our policy is that everything has to be read and approved by me. I
Mm-hmm.
can't just copy and paste it and just upload it, just in case. So in what areas of your life do you find yourself trying to be self-sufficient instead of depending on God? And then we have a quote from the sermon and a prayer at the end of it. So day 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's what goes on. That's what I post every Monday. So I'll be doing that. And then I have a discussion guide. So if you had small groups at your church and you could use this and say, here's small groups, um, use this to discuss the sermon on Sunday. And these are direct verses that were used in the sermon. The Deuteronomy 8:3 is from the Old Testament reading, and it has questions and a life application and key takeaways and an ending prayer. And it's all about just getting people to converse. So it even has like an icebreaker. What's something you tried to
Oh.
do on your own as a child, but later realized you needed help with? So that we have folks who actually do use these and are very thankful for them. So that's
Mhm.
good. Um, but that is the primary purpose. My hope is for people to use it. The secondary benefit of posting a discussion guide, a devotion, a blog post every week is that it puts new stuff on your website for Google to crawl through. If you don't have new stuff going on your website, Google will stop crawling your website to give people information.
Um, Okay, I'm writing that down. If you don't put new stuff on website, what happens? Google stops crawling? Is that what you said?
Correct. So when someone searches up, like, not necessarily this church in my air, like church near me, but like if they're like, I'm looking for something about about faith or dealing with depression or or whatever it
Mm,
may be, if your page isn't updating with information on it, you're not going to be sent to people who aren't specifically looking for you.
I see.
Um, but also for people who are looking for you, if they search your church's name, you'll pop up, obviously. But the less stuff you have on your website, the less frequently you'll show up when someone searches for churches near me. And you could get someone to do a local business profile on your church for free, I think. And you can actually, I'll show you something that's helpful. Um, Let me just show you right now and just go to the website. Get out the way, stupid thing. Getting this to move. Get out the way. Um, okay. Let's use this. So you see, I'll go to Sermon in the Week, and I have an extension. Okay, let me try to remember what the extension is. Yes, the extension is called SEO Meta in one click. So what that is, it clicks on everything and tells you like how well this page does on Google searches, pretty much. Like
Oh,
you have it, what's your title? What's your description? Because if you don't have them, see like keywords are missing, means this page would be harder for people to find because I don't have enough keywords in here
yeah.
for Google to search. This is Google's game. Like if you don't have titles and descriptions of your pages with keywords in them, it's not going to find you when people are just searching for things in general. And so even a header. So this is the most important thing is header one and header two. These things in
Hmm.
your on your pages, not just like your website, but each page on your website. This is what it searches through. And even images can have titles and things like that.
Oh, yeah.
So this is something that's free. It's just an extension on Google, and it just helps you know what's up. So I could go. Our website is not great. It's going to take me a long time to get things right, but I've just been working really hard on getting titles. So on our web page, you see this is the um on our website. What I'm able to do is go to each individual page and hit settings, and you have like um get found on Google, right? And so
Hmm.
it tells you the page, okay, you need to have a headline, you need to have your description, you need to have your keywords from your description in your page to help it even more. This won't have that just because of what it actually is.
Hmm.
That's how you start figuring things out. This headline is transformative growth. So if someone's looking to grow in their faith, like this page itself might pop up for them on their Google search because of it.
Yeah. Oh, that's interesting.
Yes. And so that's just a sidebar, nothing to do with sermon shots, but to do with your website. And,
Hmm.
and this is just straight up an extension on Google that gives you this thing. See, like this one has a description is missing because it's not the actual page.
Hmm.
It's this. So that's just another thing. Like having to go into every individual thing and doing that on your website creation. Okay, so this is the discussion guide and the 5-day devotional. Like I said, you want someone to read that. And then you get a transcription of the sermon, if you will, if you need that. Um, if you have a manuscript, you can just that's the right one because this will have some things not as clear if you don't speak enunciate well, which I don't always do.
Mm.
And I don't remember how to do this, but oh, I when you do get sermon shots, it's gonna ask you to like be able to download things specifically, and you have to say yes.
Okay.
It goes to a specific spot. But you just gotta talk to the right people on sermon shots. Like you can put these into different languages. Like if you have a Latino ministry, something like that, you can put it into Spanish.
Mm.
Okay. So that's the other things. The next thing is for when you are posting things on your social medias, they have already what you want to put in your description parts because it's all about what's going to be found by Google the easiest. So when you post, even if you're just posting a YouTube short from this, you
Hmm.
put this in the description because it's not for people to look at the description. The description is for Google.
Yeah.
So it gives the brief description, and then it just hits the words dependence on God through worship, prayer, service, communication, understanding sin, understanding temptation, human nature. Like there's all things. If someone starts to search this on YouTube, then this will start to get in the algorithm. Now that'll take a long time because like we're churches and we're not big churches that have just all these people that could do all this stuff. But but even this, like the social media teaser, if you were like, hey, we're gonna post the on Facebook, we're gonna put the sermon up there again, like here you go. Or if you can put this with the sermon shot with the YouTube, not YouTube, with the Facebook or your Instagram reel, and it goes perfectly like to try and entice people in. Never wonder why trying to be superhuman actually makes us weaker. Discover how embracing your limitations should be the key to finding your greatest strength. Well, if the path to power isn't about rising above our humanity, but fully embracing it. And you
Hmm.
put them on. So you can get a long thing. So especially for your blog posts, the descriptions, short and long, these. Same thing for Facebook. You can use either of these. Like, because that's what those are there for. But so let's get to the clips. The clips start from the project. So my project is the power of human frailty. So okay, first I should ask, do you have any questions so far?
No,
Okay.
this is all making sense.
Okay. Create a new clip. You choose the template first.
Ah,
Do you want a square template, horizontal or vertical? I like vertical. This shows you the ones I've used in the past. Um, I will just say you don't really want ones that push you to the background. Like this one here, I used first and I was like, no, you want stuff that has you front and center. Like if you look at bigger churches, you won't see something like this. You mostly see them like
yeah.
up front. So there's a bunch of different templates you can use. These people will not show up. It'll be you. Um,
Right.
I don't like these things that like distract you.
Yeah, all those leaves.
So like I like this one. This one's pretty good too. I'm just gonna click that one and you hit next. Like it's already done the work here. Now, if there's something like, oh, that was really good, Sorry, I just had a message from we have a panel on how to help trans youth in accepting and welcoming faith communities,
Mm-hmm.
and stuff is coming through for that, which is very exciting. So they have AI suggested clips here on the left. And you can use these,
Oh yeah.
search by exact word. If you're like, huh, I really want this phrase, I really want this portion of the sermon to be in there, then you can do that too. But I always just start with just seeing what they have, because that's just the easiest thing.
Yeah.
But if they don't have great suggested clips, you can just be like, oh, get out of here. Or you can smart search for things. Um, this is the transcript of the whole sermon here. And whenever something is plussed, that's what's going to appear in it. So you can put things together. So now these two sections of the sermon total 8 seconds. And you say, oh, I don't want those two. Get out of here. Okay. So you're like, for example, here, I did not say when I see my demon spirit and supposed to say things like, so I would go back into my sermon. I said when I see my human frailty,
Oh yeah.
I'm supposed to say things like. So then I just go straight into here. But I'm not. I have a little bit of a lisp, and I don't talk always enunciate well. But you could also just press play. Go straight to that.
My human frailty, I'm supposed to say things like,
See, like I muffled there. That's me.
Mm.
So when I see my human, and this is important because these words are what's going to appear as the captions in the video.
So we don't want demon up there. My demon spirit.
Yeah.
Oh, gee.
Okay. So, but I'm going to actually use whatever I'm going to do. I'm going to use. So, see if we find something good. This might be it. This might be good. So you can see everything. It shows a whole section of this of the message, and this everything that's outlined like this
Mm-hmm.
is the selection. You can clear all of it, or you can go one by one and hit the negative sign. We'll take it off. This takes you straight to that part, and it plays it. So it tells you 11 of 250 captions selected. This totals 55 seconds long. 55 seconds is a little long for a YouTube or Instagram for an Instagram reel or
Mm-hmm.
Facebook reel, but if they're good, people will watch them. Like if they're good. Like
They'll at
people,
least start them.
yes. So now I go in and I make sure the human Pharisee, frailty. How I got Pharaoh? That's where you have to go in.
Yeah.
I think that's depending. Let me play it.
of God, and I'm depending on it and not myself. When I see my human frailty, I'm supposed to say, my hope is built not on myself, but it's built on nothing less than Jesus' blood and his right. built
Oh,
not on myself, but it's built on nothing less than Jesus' blood and his righteousness. When I see
I
my
think you also have a
word, I'm
Pharisee.
supposed to say things like, the
So
Lord
right
is
up above.
my
Oh yeah. I guess I can't say frailty clearly.
I
It's
mean, I understand what
all
you're.
the word frailty every single time. It's all supposed to lead you to a humble position. Okay. And I think I could even like this might be goofy. I've never done this. So let's do this. I've never done this.
me to a humble position.
I'm just gonna go to this and see what that transition is like if it just will skip to that part.
Oh yeah.
I don't know how to like because I wish it would end at a certain point, but it's not ending there. Okay. I'm gonna just skip
But you see,
it, at
when
least.
I see my human frailty, I'm not supposed to say, how do I rise above it? I'm supposed to say, I need to depend on God.
I like the
I need
logo.
to depend on God, for when
Yeah, I don't think
God
it's how
sends
F logo, but I
me,
don't want to put
he is strong.
the church bells.
When I see my human
I
frailty,
think people
I'm
think
supposed
our
to
logo.
say, if God is
I don't want
for
to be known
us,
for church bells.
who can be against us? When I see my human frailty, I'm supposed to say, no weapon formed against me shall prosper. Because I have on the full armor of God and I'm depending on it and not myself. When I see my human frailty, I'm supposed to say, my hope is built not on myself, but it's built on nothing less than Jesus' blood and his righteousness. I'm supposed to see my need for God and let it lead me to a humble position.
That wasn't bad.
No, it wasn't. I don't think I like it, but it's definitely good. And even if you whatever your camera is, you can have it has AI camera crew that will just like track the pastor if they walk around. You could preview what it would look like on Facebook, on YouTube, on TikTok, on Instagram. You can make it bigger. You can cause the vibrant to fade. You can add photos. Um, you can change the font of the captions and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't do any of that. I guess I could change the color palette. I've never done that. Oh, okay. So that's what it would take. I don't like the ending there, so I'm just gonna go back to previous, and all I have to do is scroll to the spots and hit undo there. I don't really want a 55-second thing. Okay, so that's that. That's choosing the clip. You can make as many clips from these as you want. Short, long, the quotable moments. I use the clips to also put the link to our website for where the 5-day devotional will be
Hmm.
and say, check out the 5-day devotional. Follow the link to our website.
Do you do something like I'm using this clip on Monday and then like Thursday or Wednesday, I don't know, pick a day. I'm gonna pick like the second best clip from the sermon so that there's more than just one clip out there, or is that not
Yes, so
helpful?
I do Mondays is for the devotional. Um, and if I have the discussion thing done, I could do that too. But I only wait for Wednesday to do the discussion and the blog post. So I have a clip on Monday and a clip on Wednesday.
And where do you put the link? Like over here, where are you putting that? Where did you, on the left, where did you say you put the link for that stuff?
Oh, I just when you do the post, I'll show you.
Oh, okay.
So download. You have to download it. I'm in the queue, and this is new. Social descriptions. And you can just download them all, or you can and choose one. So you remember I had that social media teaser?
Mm-hmm.
So now this is very new. This just came out. Our weaknesses and the flaws an invitation to experience God's strength. When we embrace our humanity, we tap into his divine power. Hashtag faith, Christian life, trust God, strength, depend on God. Ever feel weak? That's exactly where God wants you. I don't want that. Stop trying to be superhuman. Start leaning into God's supernatural strength. True power comes through dependence on him, not independence from him. So like they'll give you some of these, and then I actually like the first one. So
So you don't have to use those, but you can.
correct. Which is good because it shows me that they're still working on things. And they're adding now where like you can work on the text captions, like if you want them to fade in and out and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't personally do that, but people can. So I go here. I could just create a reel, but because I want the blog post thing, I mean the 5 day devotional, I don't do a reel. But because it's short, I believe Facebook automatically puts it as a reel too.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty sure. Um, Instagram only does reels, obviously. We don't use TikTok. Um, so yeah, I'll walk through these with you. So let's just no, I don't want to make a post with daylight saving time. Content, create a post. Okay, let me go back to sermon shots. Okay, so it is now downloaded, and then you have to go and download the clip itself. Because like it like it's pretty much like rendering it, kind of like with an app, you like download the app, then install it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's the same thing here. Then you can go to create a new one. And that just goes straight to the downloads. So the power of human frailty, Sherman stuff. That's the name of it at the moment. I'll leave it there. I will rename it and put it in my organizational files. But let's go to here. So then add video, upload from desktop. It goes straight to my downloads because it's short enough. You know, it's an MP4 file.
But you see,
I don't know why it automatically plays,
Mm-hmm.
but it just does. So text is optional. I put this one that I actually liked. And then you want to choose a thumbnail. I don't have good thumbnails. Now, this is where, like, if you had more time, you could create sermon images and you can create a thumbnail from the,
Oh, yeah.
which is good for YouTube. But YouTube now has AI that'll do it for you too. So I'm just going to choose that so that you could upload an image if you wanted to. Um, okay. So we want a video. No, because it's a I can't add video title. That's okay. We don't want to. So our text is there. Now I will power these, go send that down because I want to create a space for the 5 day devotional. So just go back here and everything is saved by, so you go back to, if you usually go back to home, everything is saved by project title. So I go back to the Power of Human Frailty. I can delete those videos. I can keep them. You can create a brand for yourself on here. So yeah, I should probably create a thumbnail for this, but I'm too lazy for that at the moment. And so I don't remember what I did with the 5-day devotional. Just gonna do this. I don't know why when I merge formatting, like, why is that there? That that has literally never happened.
That's very weird.
I copied like everything on the page.
Apparently.
I did not stop at the thing. That is a user error, not a sermon shots error. And obviously I add a title, human frailty, day 1, devotional. You like that, and you just go down to day 2. The devotionals are all the same format. I just do this so that people can print them out and have the days on different things, or they can do whatever they want with it, but this is the format I use with them.
Mm-hmm.
And it will focus on different parts of the sermon. It might be longer or different, like the blog post, if you had like longer sermons, but I don't. I mean, I go like 15 to 20 minutes, so
Mm-hmm.
but, and then I'll just save it. My thing is called Sermon in the Week. I don't. What in the world? Oh, I have one for devotions. I got to move that into there. Okay. Power human. Obviously, this is all redundant, but that's because I want to save everything
Mm-hmm.
easier. So I save as a Microsoft. And I think most people read things like this in PDF potentially.
Oh yeah.
Also do PDF. And then I just add those to our website. I don't know what your website looks like, but
Mm-hmm.
so here's mine, and I just add them. I'm just gonna do this because I actually have to like, oh, I hate that I can't do one in PowerPoint files and use
I know.
because I actually have to do this today. And then I just okay, so now I publish it. I'm not going to publish yet. The website, because this is the other part you wanted me to talk to you about, is so it's the same process for YouTube. If you know how to use YouTube, if your church has a YouTube page, create, upload the exact same file. Power of human frailty, you don't want this. But for this, you want to go back to here and get the summaries.
Oh
The
yeah.
one that they do for YouTube. Because remember, it's not for people, it's
Mm-hmm.
Google. I guess that's like a tag right there. It's not for people, it's for Google. And then
Because who actually reads the YouTube descriptions? Not me.
I want to say, no, it's not made for kids. If not, that changes things. Okay. I don't want to add related video or subtitles. There's no copyright issues. Let's make it public, schedule, and publish it. And that's it. And if you're like, if your members have subscribed to your YouTube page and like it and all those things, when this stuff pops up, it should notify them when you have your reel or when the sermon comes up. Like that's what
Mm-hmm.
should happen. Now I also share a link on X because we have an X account, but this is all I do on it. Post it. Don't think anyone watches it, but just for giggles, that's what I do. So that's just how easy it is to then post it to your YouTube page. And the good thing with YouTube, if you use specifically YouTube, you can upload things and share things from YouTube to Facebook, but not vice versa, which is a pain.
Oh, okay.
You can share them. Oh, I didn't do this one. Oh, I didn't. Didn't finish that. You can see we had a very long Black History Month sermon type thing.
Mm-hmm.
30, 40 minutes. To
Nice.
say that service went 2 hours, and I was not excited about that. There's all of our shorts so far. Oh, I didn't do this one. What in the world, Stephen? Okay, so that's the pastor's installation one. Hmm. What am I doing with my life? I forgot to do that one. So, for example, for that one, all I would have to do is go back to here, pastor's installation, and do the same thing. Oh, I don't have to do that. I just go into the project and get the summary. And it's that looking easy. I know I did that. So keep we'll go back to back. That's okay. I don't think many people are subscribed to our channel. I gotta keep telling folks what they need to do. Oh, we got 3 likes. Oh, 11 likes on this one.
Ooh.
I don't really know what that means, but I kind of want to find out. I'll do that on my own time. So we use Creators Spotify. So let me see if I can spell correctly. There are other free things you might use, but this like is made specifically for Spotify, and you have way more freedom in this, way more space to save things, as if you're just like it's for Spotify creators, right? So I went there, I signed the church up there, created the whole podcast page. Because how podcasts work is you can't just go to Spotify and upload a podcast. You can't go to iHeartRadio and upload a podcast. What you have to do is you have to find a host for your podcast because they will give you what is called an RSS. I don't know what that stands for. Um, we had someone from Ireland watch a video apparently,
Nice.
or like something weird happened. I don't know. Monitor, is this where it is? Oh, I don't think this is it. No. See, I always forget. I'm not very familiar with here, and I always forget where the RSS goes. But I need it every week for when I upload the stuff. Should be Discovery. Don't fail me now, brain. To be fair, most of this is just me. Uh,
Yeah, 100% male.
oh, I'm upset with myself that I did not. Oh, we have 3 Spotify followers. Might be you, Brett, and me.
Oh,
Oh, okay. Oh, this is so frustrating. I forget where it's at every week. I need to just write a whole thing down. But either way, to upload the audio, you just select the file. So I
Uh-huh.
that MP4 earlier, and I just upload it. And then what I do is go back to Sermon Shots, and I just use the long version. Oh, not this one though. Copy and paste it right into the description. Because again, this is what will be crawled as well. What in the world is that? What is this doing to me?
And this is for Google.
Yes. So you have 4,000 characters? Oh, okay. That's just like, I think my computer froze. That's what the issue is. Okay, my computer's just acting out. I'm probably doing too many things. Hold on. There we go. It's a content, no. Promotional, no. Add a poll, no. You can
Oh, yeah.
just publish it now. It's generating the preview. And that's pretty much all I have to do once I have the MP4 file downloaded. You can just download the audio file and upload it onto here.
Mm-hmm.
Am I missing something? What's happening? Okay, my computer's just like, I guess I do have a million things open, but still. Doesn't only take that long. Yeah. Yeah, it doesn't only take I put the whole service on. Ooh, that's no wonder. That is not the one I wanted. That is definitely not it. Okay. Well, new episode. What file? Oh, because that's on the desktop. That's why. I'm like, why is it taking so long? Because it's an hour and a half. See that? Okay, much better. It'll do automatic thumbnails for you if you wanted to. I don't need that. I mean, I could, but it's just not helpful. Okay, so that's going to generate the preview, and I'll just come back to that. What I need, so we use creators.spotify.com. That's what we use. You can search up Spotify creators, and it will pop up, and that's what we use for our podcasts. And then, so you have to have your show name, a description of it, your show art, and then you can be set up and ready to go. And it will post. Oh, here it is under settings too here. So you can connect your YouTube page, your Facebook page, your Instagram page, your Twitter. You can put your church's website on here. And then this is your Spotify for Creators URL. And people can find you on Spotify. So we are Happenings at Reformation. And this is what our podcast looks like.
Mm-hmm.
Anyone can find it. post it to Twitter. Why not? We are all set there. And so it's as easy as that. You want to keep your branding the same. Obviously, you can redirect to a new if you have yeah. I have not tried to find this on iHeart yet.
Mhm.
And things like that, but it's definitely on Spotify. It's on Spotify for creators. We have those are our two websites. The RSS is what matters. This is like your personal podcast feed where all your podcasts are stored. And so, like, if you decide, hey, we started it on this website, we don't like this, we're going to move to this. What you do is you redirect your RSS to somewhere else.
Okay.
Oh, and then it like tells you how to submit your stuff to these places. I have not done that. I guess that's the issue.
Oh, wow.
It says use their portal and things like that. So enter RSS feed, URL, listen. So that's all the things. It'll take you to do that. I guess I have to start working on that too. So
So
that's
that it's that easy. You can then share it on all those other podcast platforms.
yes,
You
because
have an
you
RSS.
need the RSS. Yep.
Wow.
You need the RSS.
And how did you get the RSS?
That's the host site provides you with it.
Okay.
The RSS that Spotify creators gave us. I would recommend Spotify creators because I tried other ones and they were not. There was like free, but like 2 posts are free, and that's it. This is like the whole thing is free. You just do whatever you want.
Wow.
It's all about just driving traffic to Spotify because that's how they make their money.
Yeah.
And then you could have a whole team. I have not done that, but and you can see comments that people share. If you did have polls, you can do all that, all the episodes you want to see or hear, tells you how many times they've been played. I'm going to be honest, most of these are me making sure things work. And then
But 17 plays, you listen to it 17 times? I don't think so.
Yeah, I do think so. It's not like listening always, it's just like clicking the play button.
Oh, yeah.
So we have 3 people following our show. I don't know if you actually do follow the show, but
I do.
okay. So yeah, so it tells you when people are listening. Plays per episode, that's average, audience size 6, 40 plays all time. Obviously, Spotify's not trying to monetize off of this. But
Maybe
it will break down for you as more people listen to it. Male, female, non-binary, not specified, age group, and things like that. What platforms people use, web browser or Spotify, but Spotify just means the Spotify app.
Mm-hmm.
And then devices, Windows, Android, iPhone. iPhone is definitely not me, so that's good.
Mm-hmm.
That's probably you. Do you have a Mac?
I have a Mac.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah.
Maybe you're the Ireland person.
Oh my gosh.
So that's any other questions?
I don't think so. I think this was everything.
Okay. The last thing I just want you to know is like I don't know if your church has done it, they could have, but you want to claim your Google business profile. Because if you don't, any person can in the whole wide world and start messing with it.
What do you mean by claim?
So, like Reformation Lutheran Church business profile, this is our business profile, Reformation Lutheran Church in Columbia, is now owned by refluthcola@gmail.com.
And that's free.
Yes, Google makes one for every bit. What's your church's name again?
St. Luke's Lutheran Church. Richardson, Texas. Yes, it's that.
And you all may have. Oh, I forgot how they told me to find it. So you want to, so as much as we update our website and things like that, you want to update your Google Business profile as well because it's free and people can go here and look at all your photos and things like that. So I think you all would probably do because you have uploaded all these pictures. So I think you do, which is nice. We did not. So I really had to look at it. And what I had to tell my folks is you want to flood this thing with reviews because the more reviews your profile has, the better it does.
Oh, yeah.
And if your information on here on the profile does not match your website, Google will think it's fake. So you want to always make sure that everything on here matches your website.
That is good to know.
Yeah, so this is great. Let's see. Yeah, I think St. Luke's Lutheran Church owner. So someone at your church definitely has that. So that's great because too many churches don't have it. See, like I can't claim it.
Oh, yeah.
It's already been claimed. So I can edit my business information. And so why I bring this up too is you can put your events on your Google Business profile as well, and that's free advertising. Um,
Okay.
like you can put that you have your trunk or treat every year, or an Easter egg hunt, or a Pride parade, whatever it is you do, you can put on there. But you want your folks to review the Google Business profile. You don't just want visitors to review it. The more reviews you have on your profile, the better it does.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Nice.
Okay, that's all us.
Yeah, that's perfect. Exactly what you want to see. Yeah, it's wild. Like all the things they were talking about. I'm like, I'm just here. Yes, it's great. And Max, the link works to here. Perfect. This looks so good. Your website's really nice. Ours is not at the moment. I've been slowly working on it. The only thing I would add is one of the things they talked about is moving our socials up so it's found faster
Yeah.
because most people won't scroll all the way down. But your homepage is not very long either. So that's good. Donate here, plan your visit. And then here. So like on this might be good information, but like here you would want a description of your church that like means
Something.
something that's searchable. I can't really show you ours because we don't. It's like blessed to be a blessing. Like you want it's still like your home page still needs to also have the um I don't know how to do the settings here, but like the monetize is not the button I wanted to hit. You still want to have your H1 header, H2 header, like what is this answering for me? The biggest one of the things that they talked with us about was at the thing I went to was about your website. Do you want your website to be for people in the church now, or is your website supposed to be for outreach purposes?
Mm-hmm.
And so, like this, I knew what to expect is like the number one thing to have.
Okay.
This is just, that's great. What to expect, like plan your visit, things like that. It's
Uh-huh.
so helpful because those are the questions you have when you come to the website. You're like, who is this church? Can I see myself fitting in? And that's kind of like how you would draw people in. See, I love this. Great Achievers Preschool. Hmm, this is so good. And you have your calendar on every page.
I guess. I haven't really gone through this.
Yeah, you use Blue Matrix. Does your church update their website, or do you pay someone to do that?
I believe the church does.
Okay. Yeah, plan your visit here. This is awesome. I'm gonna just fill this out. Ours pops up. Do you want to be on our email list? I'm like, no one wants that.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, because we use this thing called Text in Church, I think. So now we get like,
Oh, this is awesome. Pre-registered children. Like, this is great.
so we now get like text messages like, don't forget to come to church tomorrow, Caitlin.
Nice. And what date will you be joining us? See, this is so good. Ugh, I just don't know why we use GoDaddy. It's so old.
Can
But
you update that or would that be too much work?
that would be a lot of more work that I need at the moment.
Yeah.
I learn how to use this. I can probably just like I need to just call because we have pop-ups, but like
Is that what that was?
I don't want this. Yeah, that was a pop-up, which was a great pop-up. Like really good. Oh, wait, but I don't want this. Okay. Yeah. So like you see, ours is like we have no pictures, but I want to just get the space. So then I take the pictures, I have to put
Yeah.
photos here and things like that. Um, yeah, look how long this is. This is ridiculous. No one wants an email update.
So where are your socials?
Right up here.
Oh, yeah.
And they also said like the top right corner is where people look first on website.
Yeah, that's so true. I'm just thinking of myself, what I do.
And I can't put anything there. You can tell I'm frustrated by this. But this is for like the member portal. I'm like, why would you put that in the top right? Let's put that somewhere else. But this is it. And I have the link to the Spotify podcast on here. You can do that obviously with your website. They're very easy to do. You have very capable people, it looks like. And I just every week I update this and with where I have the sermon in the week. And this is the feed URL, which is the RSS, and
Mm-hmm.
paste it. So all I have to do then, back to like actually helping you,
This has all been helpful.
is actually remember where we just were, because again, I keep forgetting where that
It was
thing.
under settings,
Oh,
I think.
settings. What's the settings? No, not settings. Oh,
You clicked somewhere after settings that I didn't catch.
Availability. Okay. Copy. So I take this RSS feed and
Mhm.
it should just update as soon as it happens, but like it doesn't, so I have to like delete it and then just do this.
Hmm.
Paste it back in, and now the first message is on there.
Mhm.
So I will publish this. And that's all I do. I mean that this all took an hour, and no, that's not true. It took more than an hour. No, it took about an hour once we started talking. An hour
Yeah.
and a half at most, and that's with me like showing you the things and talking with you. So it's really fast and to do it, which is so helpful.
Yeah, this was very helpful. Thank you so much.
I actually still have to do this. Then the link just goes, you just have to copy straight. You can't like add links anymore. You just like do that and it's in there.
Mhm.
So I'll do this and then in on Wednesday I'll do another one. And that's it.
That's awesome.
Now I just gotta get the people to move the camera to the other side. Like who chose to use it at an angle?
Oh, yeah. So then it's right in front of you.
Yeah, I'm gonna stop sharing. And so yeah, as long as you have someone that reads through, if you don't like the more um father and he for God, then you have to go and change that. But like you just download the text, you can use it as just a base and
Hmm.
make a longer blog post. Make it an actual blog post. It's like half a blog post, I think. But it's good enough for its purpose. And the
Yeah.
people who use it actually like it. And it's about building my local SEO, search engine optimization. Because right now, our church, like if you searched in churches near me, we appear on the second page. The goal is to get to the first page, but
Mm.
that'll take a long time to do it. Now you can pay money to do that. Pay a whole church that's who did it. Like an organization that does that stuff came and presented and gave us all this information that was helpful. A lot that wasn't helpful because it was like a lot of time spent on artificially doing this by paying for ads on Google and on Meta and on YouTube and things like that.
Hmm.
Doing that, we don't have the budget for that, but I know what to do to like start doing it myself, and that goes a long way.
Okay, awesome.
I'm
Oh
going
man, it's a full-time job.
it it is a full-time job, but if I were to write a devotional myself,
Oh my gosh, yeah.
a week-long thing for me. And it's like I'm not like AI is just helpful. And so like when I talk to counsel about this, it's like I'm not just gonna start doing this. I'm like, hey, this is what I would like to do. And these are the purposes behind it. This is why it will be helpful. Sermon shots is like depending on the price range, what you want to do. We use the third highest one. Um, Another thing this can do that I just don't use is like it can create a page for your sermons, or that might be the higher up one.
Hmm.
You can like text your friends like here's like this the sermon from last week, blah blah blah, and like share the directly like that too. Um, so like I said, there's also like the ability to translate things into different languages for the messages and stuff like that.
Hmm.
And they have a wide range of things. I believe the cheaper one allows 2 hours per month of uploading. So but I don't think that gives you like the devotions and all these things. I don't remember.
Mm-hmm.
I think all that other stuff is worth it because here's what I think about it. Like I get paid like $30 an hour or whatever. So for 2 hours of my work, we pay for this for the whole month.
Mm-hmm.
And I can get done in 4 hours what would take me like 40 hours in the month
Yeah.
and have that kind of output and reach, but just knowing that it's a tool and I have to take the time to read the stuff and make sure it's good theologically and
Mm-hmm.
language being used is good, that I agree with. And so that takes more time than the putting together the YouTube shorts and Instagram and Facebook reels. But a lot of people, I'll just say, if YouTube is the second biggest search engine, then as churches we have to like get on there and start
Mm-hmm.
just as much as Facebook.
Yeah.
While Facebook is good for the older generations, it's not great for like even people in our generation, we're like, don't really use Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
Different. I use Facebook just because that was the first thing I had, and I was like, did not care to learn anything else because I wasn't much of a social media person. But if I was going to be, I would use Instagram more than Facebook. And the statistics bear that out in that
Oh yeah.
Facebook
I
is,
mean, Gen Z is not on Facebook like at all.
yeah, and Facebook is mostly women over 45.
Mm-hmm.
Instagram is mainly people in our generation down to, so it used to be like up to 35, but now it's up to 45 because our generation has gotten older and we were the ones that were in Instagram. And then obviously TikTok is like what teenagers use. And even that, like, there's more apps coming out, which eventually TikTok won't be the thing because
Mm-hmm.
every generation is going to have their own thing, their own
Yep.
social media platform that they use. And YouTube is mainly males 18 to like either 25 or 35 is 70% of YouTube's makeup.
Wow.
So if you're like, I want young men, well, you don't post to Facebook. You gotta
Yeah.
post. You just can't. If you want young people, if you want to advertise to young people, like don't use Facebook. You
Mm-hmm.
want if you want families, then Instagram is a good place to go. If that's who you advertise to. So you're like, hey, we have the women's knitting group and they're mainly older women. You want to post that stuff on Facebook, not on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, we're gonna go hunting. I don't know what they do in Texas. You probably want to you advertise that on YouTube and things like that, and on your Instagram page. Um, so that's caused us to focus our energy in certain places. So like we have to be on Facebook, obviously, because that's where most of our congregation is. We can't just say, no, we're not going to be on Facebook anymore. We're just going to be on YouTube. We're just going to be on Instagram. That would be very foolish because you don't want to leave the people you already have.
Mm-hmm.
The great thing about Meta is that they own Facebook and Instagram, so you can post the things at the same time without doing any extra work on both Facebook and Instagram. And you can schedule things out in advance in case it is a volunteer who does your social media. Like,
Mm-hmm.
so that's lovely. And YouTube, you could even do like blog posts and things on YouTube now. It's wild, but I personally would not. But it might lead to that and things of that nature if things transition that way. So it's just trying to be aware of where people are and how do we use the tools that we have while not trying to compromise what we do.
Right,
It's
exactly.
like if the church wants me to visit 20 people throughout the month, do devotions, and this, that, and the other thing. That's like hard to do all that. If you're
Mhm.
not good at writing, which I'm not, like that's not my skill. And I also like Bible teaching, and I preach every Sunday. Like that's a lot of time and upkeep. That
Yeah.
how I don't like I can get that impact and still do all the other things I want to do without burning myself out
Hmm.
both ends. So I personally would recommend Sermon Shots. If I had the money and the resources, I would also invest in Claude.ai for specifically for blog posts and for you can use it for like writing emails, writing newsletters, all these different things. You can have conversations with it
Hmm.
and
Oh, wow.
flush out your ideas. It doesn't have to write the thing for you, but you can be like, okay, these are my ideas, this is what I wanted to say, and like it puts pen to paper for you.
Hmm.
But it's your thinking. But
Yeah.
that's more money.
Yeah. Not enough of that. Well, thank you. This is super helpful. I have another meeting in a few minutes to get to, so I have to go. But
Okay.
this was very helpful. I'm gonna send this to my people um with some notes that I took. Are you able